Hey guys, today we'll be making an adorable Easter Deco Mesh wreath. What you will need: I have a wreath ring, an adorable sign for the center, Chanel stems, I have lavender and white Deco Mesh, and this is 6-inch Deco Mesh, and then I also have lavender 21-inch Deco Mesh. You can definitely use only the 6-inch Deco Mesh and make this entire wreath with items purchased at Dollar Tree if you choose to do so. And I also have these adorable carrots. I'm not sure which style I'm going to use just yet, so I'm going to get my wreath completed and then decide at the end. You will also need scissors or a rotary cutter and a hot glue gun. Alright, let's get started. So first thing we're going to do is place our Chanel stems on our wreath ring. So Dollar Tree has 14-inch wreath rings and also 18-inch wreath rings. This is the larger 18-inch wreath ring. But this wreath will look just as adorable with the 14-inch wreath ring, so it's completely up to you. Both can be purchased at Dollar Tree for $1. The difference is, though, the 14-inch wreath ring has 4 rings and the 18-inch only has 3. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so I'm going to take a full Chanel stem and twist it around the outer 2 rings. You can use half of a Chanel stem. I do that sometimes, but since I'm going with the larger 21-inch mesh and I'm going to add more mesh, I like to have enough stems in place to easily add my mesh. And the next stem is going to go on the inner 2 rings. Just like that. And I'm going to continue alternating outer 2, inner 2, outer 2, inner 2, all the way around the ring. Alright, so I have all of my stems in place. The larger wreath has 8 sections and I have 2 stems in each section, so I use a total of 16 Chanel stems. Now I'm going to add my mesh, and again I'm using 2 rolls that I used on previous projects, but I don't like to waste mesh, so that's why I'm going to use these 2 rolls. So I'm going to take my mesh, fold it to a nice little point, and I'm going to start on my outer ring. So pick a stem, place my mesh, twist it a couple of times, then I'm going to make a poof. The size of the poof is completely up to you. If you want a larger wreath, make larger poofs. If you want a smaller wreath, make smaller poofs. Alright, and then I'm going to place the mesh in the very next Chanel stem. Twist it a couple of times, just like that. Make a poof, and try to make your poofs as uniform as possible. They don't have to be the exact same, but just as close as you can get them. Alright, twist my mesh, just like that. So I'm going to continue all the way around the outer ring, and we'll do the same steps on the inner ring. And the stems, they do move, but don't worry about that too much. Once you get your mesh in place, it won't matter. And I have just enough mesh to make my final poof. I'm going to unravel my stem, place my poof, and twist it back. And I'm just adjusting my poofs. Alright, just like that. So I'm just going to tuck this away for now. If you have a lot left over, you can just cut away the excess. So my outer stem is complete. I'm going to repeat the exact same steps on my inner stem. And again, I'm making my final poof. I'm going to unravel, place it in my stem, and twist it back. I'm just maneuvering, fluffing up all of my mesh, making sure it's nice and poofy. And you can layer your mesh if you choose to do so. That will make it even thicker and poofier. But for this wreath, I decided to just go with single layers. Alright, it's looking so cute and poofy. Now I'm going to add more mesh to each of my stems. So I have cut some of my 6-inch long mesh into 8-inch long pieces. And I'm just going to roll my mesh at a diagonal like that. Lavender and white. And I've decided to go with just one of each color. Crisscross, scrunch, place it in my chenille stem, and twist it a couple of times. You can add more pieces, you can add ribbon, whatever you prefer. I'm also going to alternate which color I place on top. So last time I had white on top, this time I will have lavender on top. If you're using 3 colors, then you can alternate between the 3 colors. And I'm actually going to go ahead and tuck away my chenille stems. If I were to add more to each stem, then I wouldn't tuck it away yet. But my embellishments, I do not need the chenille stem to add to it, so I'm just going to tuck it away. But if you wanted to add more mesh or more ribbon, then of course you would do so before tucking away your chenille stems. And if you want to even add like little Easter eggs or something like that to cover your chenille stems, you can do that as well. The possibilities are endless. Just have fun with it and make it your own. Alright, so this is what the inner ring looks like with 2 pieces of mesh in each stem. Now for the outer ring, I think I'm only going to go with 1 piece of mesh in each stem, but you can go with 2 or 3 or whatever you prefer. Alright, it's looking so poofy and fluffy already. I think this is more than enough mesh, but hey, if you want to add even more, you can definitely do so. Next, we're going to go ahead and add our adorable sign to the center. Alright, so we're going to take our sign, flip it over, take 2 chenille stems, twist them together to make 1 long chenille stem for the top, and 2 more for the bottom. And we're just going to hot glue these stems in place. Just make sure you have enough stem hanging off the side of your sign to attach it to your wreath. Alright, so I've glued them in place, and now it's time to add the sign to our wreath. So I'm just going to snugly place my sign in the center, trying to push my mesh aside so that I don't cover it too much. And then once I have it exactly where I would like for it to be, I'm going to take my chenille stem, find the actual wreath ring, and twist it in place a couple of times, just like that, and then cover up my stem. I'm going to repeat this step for all 4 stems, making sure I twist them and they're securely in place, and then fluff up my mesh. Alright, looks so cute and precious already. I'm just maneuvering and adjusting, making sure it's nice and cute, cover any gaps or spaces you may have. And it looks so cute and precious just like this. You could definitely finish up here, or you can add ribbon, you can add Easter eggs, you can add carrots, and that is exactly what I'm going to add. So I've decided to go with these adorable carrots that I purchased at Hobby Lobby because they match this carrot on my sign, and I'm just going to place them throughout the wreath. So I think I'm going to go with hot glue, but you could definitely use a Chanel stem and attach it. You can use ribbon, wire, whatever you'd like. Alright, so what I like to do is go ahead and place all of my embellishments before I glue them in place, just to make sure I like where everything is. And I did trim the top of the carrots. Alright, so I think this looks good, and I'm just going to add a little hot glue and glue them in place. Alright, so I have them all in place. Again, you can add anything else you'd like. If you want to add carrots to each section, you can do that. You can add eggs, you can add ribbon, whatever you prefer. Just have fun with it and make it your own. But it's so cute, simple, poofy, and easy to make.